The purpose of these lessons is to show you the logic behind the most basic Chinese characters, beginning with the simplest pictograms, and later combining these elements to create more complex characters. Today's lesson is 8 characters, 6 of which are related to the human mouth. The first pictogram is a very simple pictogram of a mouth or opening, pronounced third tone, kou, kou. As a reticle, this mouth element can be added to a character merely to indicate its sound, such as ha-ha, ding-dong, or ping-pong, for example. Comic books are filled with them. Our first phrase is kou cai, meaning eloquence in speaking, literally oral skill, oral talent. This character is often encountered in daily life, for example when parking a car. Entrance is rukou. And exit or way out is chukou. Chukou can also mean to export, literally to send goods out the port, seaport or airport, that is. The verb for mouth-watering is liu kou shui, to salivate, liu kou shui. Just as in English we can say, with 8 children, that's a lot of mouths to feed. Chinese also uses mouth to refer to people, but with no connotation of poverty or deprivation. 一家10口, a family of 10 people. This next character in today's lesson has nothing to do with mouth, but is needed to explain the following one. It's a pictogram showing the shoulder bone of an ox being heated over a fire. Questions to be answered would have already been inscribed on the surface. As the bone dried out, it would naturally crack and split. From the number and direction of cracks, answers could be gleaned and prophecies made. These 3,000-year-old auricle bone inscriptions are the earliest surviving fragments of Chinese writing. The simple character depicting the process of consulting an auricle is pronounced third tone, bu, bu. It's generally used in conjunction with our next character, which adds a mouth to indicate the oral interpretation of the cracks. This new character is pronounced first tone, zhan, zhan. Together we have the expression zhan bu, to practice divination. To a Westerner, this might seem to be a rarely encountered expression, but the concept is definitely not. Chinese people will often resort to various forms of divination to be on the safe side, when choosing a name for a child or company, the disposition of furniture, a door or a gravesite, the interior design of a home, office, or public building, and so forth. If asked, most Chinese, regardless of education, will say they're not superstitious. Oh no. But woe betide those who flaunt the rules. Any misfortune that befalls them will inevitably be attributed to not heeding those unwritten rules. Westerners might find more use for the expression zhan xin, to divine using astrology. This next character also has nothing to do with mouth, but enters into combination with 2 other ideograms. It's a drawing of the rising moon. Pronounced fourth tone, xi, xi, and means sunset or dusk, when the moon just begins to appear. if we combine this xi, sunset, with bu, divination, we will form a new character originally meaning to conduct sacrifices, worship, and divination in the early evening. Pronounced fourth tone, why, why. In ancient times, divination was very serious business. Apparently, the offering of sacrifices to heaven and worshipping male ancestors took place in the early morning, whereas evening rituals were reserved for matters outside the family, particularly the female side of the family. Oracle bone divination naturally followed the same rules. So, as a patriarchal society, the words for relatives of one's wife, sister, or daughter in Mandarin are prefixed with the character Y, outside. Today the meaning of Y has expanded somewhat from the general meaning of outside to foreign, other, additional. For example, Y Ren is an outsider, someone not privy to the matter under discussion. A person who is Y Xiang is sociable, the life of the party type, the extrovert. Someone who's completely out of his or her element, totally behind the times, might be teased in a good-humored way as Wai Xing Ren, an alien from another planet. And if you're phoning a married woman at her home, it's not surprising to hear something like 太太外出了, the missus has gone out. Now, for this next character, we combine Xi, sunset, with Kou, mouth, to form the character for name, as in, what's your name? This new character is pronounced second tone, Ming, Ming. Why this combination? Simply because at nightfall it's necessary to self-identify by calling out one's name. In English we can say someone has made quite a name for himself. And in Chinese, this meaning of reputation is similar. So, 名人 means a famous person, a celebrity. 名人. And when an individual becomes or is already famous, that is expressed by 出名. 出名. Literally, one's name is out, as in a secret is out and spreading widely. As I've mentioned several times before, Chinese has far too many homonyms, so a single character is usually paired with another for clarity when speaking. The expression for name, therefore, is two characters, 名字, 名字, with the second character unstressed, 名字. The character 字 also refers to the extra name one would be given, in former times, on reaching adulthood at the age of 20. So, 名 and 字 together is an easily recognizable combination. An example sentence would be, 泰山 is the name of a mountain. 泰山是山的名字. The next ideogram in today's lesson is a combination of number 10, 10, and mouth, 口, meaning a story or piece of information that has been transmitted by word of mouth down through 10 generations, or in other words, something old or ancient. It's pronounced third tone, 古, 古. Two easy phrases are ancient books, 古书, and ancient people, 古人. Our final character is a primitive rendering of a mouth next to a tangle of creeping vines, the vines supposedly indicating continuous shouting or calling. This character is pronounced fourth tone, 叫, 叫, with those tangled vines also serving as the phonetic element. Although this character may simply mean to shout or call, it has an extended meaning of telling someone to do something, or even compelling them to do it. An example would be 叫人回家, tell someone to go home. 叫人回家. Here is our color chart with today's 7 characters and their correct stroke order. 口 沾 名 叫 古 外 补 and 细. The following chart shows these same 8 characters in printed form. To fix the characters in your memory, copy them onto colored sheets of paper as suggested in previous videos, blue, green, pink, yellow, and white. Underline any homonyms and circle those characters with more than one pronunciation. So, what have we learned in today's lesson? 1. The mouth radical looks like a square and indicates a character related to speaking, eating, an opening of some kind, or an imitation of various sounds and exclamations. 2. An eloquent speaker is said to have 口才, oral skill. 3. An entrance will usually have a sign saying 入口, while an exit will be indicated as 出口. 出口 also means to export. 4. 流口水 means to salivate, such as when seeing or smelling a mouth-watering dish. 5. The mouth character can also refer to the number of people in one's family. 一家两口. 6. In ancient times, an ox bone or turtle shell heated over fire until cracks appeared could be used in divination rites. The simple character 补 represents the cracks, and another character, 沾, includes a mouth to indicate the interpretation. To practice divination is 占卜. 7. Chinese people say they're not superstitious, but instead say they simply follow tradition and encourage others to do the same, because it's better to be safe than sorry. 8. The pictogram for the rising moon at dusk or early evening is 细. When combined with 补, we have the character for evening rituals, 外, which was set aside for matters concerning the female side of the family, or in other words, outside, extraneous matters. 9. 外 now simply means other, outside, or foreign, and is also a prefix indicating female relatives outside one's immediate family. An outsider is 外人. The life of the party extrovert is said to be 外向, and an alien from another planet is called 外星人. 10. The character for name, 名, is the combination of 细 and 口, because you identify yourself, you call out your name in the darkness of early evening. 11. A person who's made a name for himself is a 名人, a celebrity, and to become or be well known is 出名. The combination of 名 and 字 is the most common expression for the name of a person or thing, 名字. 12. A story or custom that has passed down orally through 10 generations is the origin of 古, old or ancient. This adjective is not used to describe a person's age, as old, however. 古人 refers to our earliest ancestors, and 古书 are ancient books. 13. An ideogram showing a mouth next to twisting vines means to call or shout, or possibly to tell or even make someone do something. 叫人回家 would mean to tell someone to go home. Now you will find a short quiz on double, triple character, and longer expressions. Answer using only the characters learned so far. Thank you for watching and listening.